How to make a pineapple pom-pom with the loom. What you'll need is your loom tool, scissors, embroidery floss, 2 tones of yellow, and 2 tones of green. Let's get started. Okay, so first you're gonna wind your kind of core pineapple part. My formula is that it's 1 part, 1 yellow, and then 2 parts, a darker or a lighter yellow. Doesn't matter which one. Basically what you want to do here and what you want to achieve is to kind of get this gradient color in your pom-pom. Okay, so I'm going to take 2 ends on one color and then 1 end on the other color. I'm actually going to work on the other side. This helps me save some yarn a little bit because my pom-pom's not going to be that big. So just start winding. I'm going to go here a total of 120 revolutions, but since there's 3 strands here, I'm just going to wind it 40 times. So focus your winding at the bottom here because the top part is going to be green. Cut. You're not going to secure it to any of these notches because otherwise the color would actually interfere with the green. Now, kind of same technique, but for the green part, I just use 1 for 1. This part you can secure since it's on one end. So now you're going to wind. You only need to go about 30 revolutions or 60 revolutions total, so 30 because it's double. Keeping kind of a clear definition between the pineapple color and the leaf. Cut. Set your yarn aside. Now you're going to cut a 24-inch piece of embroidery floss. Slip your embroidery floss under your yarn bundle here. If there's too much yarn on there, you could actually use thread this with the needle and just help it thread through. It will make it a little bit easier, but you could just use your finger to tuck it. Make sure your ends are even. Begin to work your tight double knot. Before you make that tight double knot, flip it over to make sure that your floss here is in the middle. If it's not, I just use my finger to wedge it over a little bit. Okay. Your first tight double knot doesn't have to be super tight. It's more functional if anything else. I could tell already my knot wasn't very tight, so that's fine. Wedge it off your tool, set it aside. Make another tight double knot on the opposite side of your pom-pom, or your yarn bundle, I should say. The key to making a tight double knot is working really close and working really fast. So work close to the knot and then pull really quickly. I always like to make a 3rd tight double knot, especially if I'm going to hang this or give this as a gift. It's just nice. You can never go wrong when your tight double knot is super tight. Okay, so pinch down the middle to make sure that it feels really compressed and tight. You'll also know that your tight double knot is nice and tight when your yarn bundle becomes round like this. I always like to finish with the lucky 3rd knot. Cut off your embroidery floss there, cut the tail. And now the trick with making a pineapple like this for trimming, what's going to make it easier is that I'm just going to cut the yellow part. Leave the loops together for the green part. Oops, there's a green part right there that just slipped through in the winding. So I'll just ignore that and pull it up here. Okay. So now you could focus on trimming your pineapple part down. So what I like to do, same technique as the pom-pom, is just to focus on one side. Trim it so it's at the density that you like. Again, working on one side at a time only. Be patient here. Sometimes I know you have to cut a lot off, but just focus on one area, just keep going, keep trimming it down. Okay, so that's really good. I like that density. Now all you have to do is turn it over one side and you're gonna trim on the sides that is wild and shaggy. Okay, now you're gonna go on the other side. This green piece is nice. It helps access almost like a handle. So now what you're gonna do is that you're just gonna clean things up a little bit, just making sure all your trimming, all your loops are cut. So you're gonna clean up. I also like to actually take my scissors and just clean up the edges here, the space between the yellow part and the green. Okay, so the pom-pom is trimmed down to where I like this too. Now you could cut the green loops. Super fun. So this part is a little bit long, so I just trim it down. Make sure you get all the loops. Usually I don't actually have to cut any off, but in this case, okay, again, I'm just cleaning up a little bit more. All right, so now you have your pineapple pom-pom. So with the pineapple pom-pom, you could actually, the same technique, you could actually make oranges, you can make a watermelon. This one is a round watermelon. It's the same winding technique. This I just use 1 part black and 2 part hot pink with just 1 shade of green. And with oranges, you could use all orange and then 1 shade of green. That's it. There's your fruit pom-pom with the loom.